Once upon a time, in a peaceful little pond surrounded by tall green reeds and colorful flowers, lived a cheerful frog named Freddy. Freddy was not the biggest frog in the pond, but he had the biggest dreams. Every year, the pond held a grand event called the Pond Jumping Contest, where all the frogs would showcase their best jumps. Freddy watched the older frogs leap gracefully through the air, making enormous splashes as they landed. One day, I'll be the best jumper in the pond, he declared with determination. But there was just one little problem. Freddy had never jumped higher than a tiny lily pad. One sunny morning, as the frogs gathered by the water's edge to practice for the upcoming contest, Freddy decided it was time to try. He took a deep breath and climbed onto a smooth rock. "Watch me," he shouted to his friends, Lily and Benny. Freddy the frog crouched down, ready to jump. He pushed off with all his might and soared through the air. But instead of landing gracefully, he splashed down right into the water with a big plop. Lily giggled. "That was a good try, Freddy, but I think you need a little more practice." Freddy felt a bit embarrassed but shook it off. "I won't give up. I'll keep practicing until I'm the best jumper ever," he said with a smile. Every day after that, Freddy practiced jumping. He tried everything he could think of, jumping off rocks, leaping from lily pads, and even using the wind to help him soar. But no matter how hard he tried, he always landed with a splash. One afternoon, Freddy sat on a lily pad, feeling tired and a little discouraged. "I wish I could jump like the others," he sighed. Just then, an old turtle named Mr. Turtledove slowly swam by. He noticed Freddy looking sad and stopped to chat. "What's bothering you, young frog?" "I want to win the pond jumping contest, but I'm not a very good jumper," Freddy the frog admitted, looking down at his webbed feet. Mr. Turtledove nodded thoughtfully. "It's not about how high you can jump, Freddy. It's about the effort you put in and the joy you find in trying. Have you ever thought about how you can use your unique style?" Freddy pondered this. "My style? But I don't have a style. I just want to jump high like everyone else." The wise turtle chuckled. "Everyone has something special about them, Freddy. Perhaps it's time to find what makes your jumping unique." Feeling inspired, Freddy decided to practice differently. Instead of trying to copy the older frogs, he thought about what he enjoyed. He loved the rhythm of the water and the sound of the wind in the reeds. He decided to combine his love for music and jumping. That evening, as the sun began to set, Freddy gathered his friends. "I have a new plan for the contest," he announced. "I'm going to jump to the beat of the music." Lily and Benny exchanged excited glances. "That sounds amazing, Freddy. We can help you," they said in unison. The next day, Freddy the Frog and his friends worked together to create a special performance for the contest. They found some flat stones to use as drums and gathered reeds to make music. Lily chirped melodies with her sweet voice, while Benny clapped his tiny hands to keep the beat. Finally, the day of the pond jumping contest arrived. All the frogs in the pond gathered around the water's edge, eager to watch the jumps. Freddy's heart raced with excitement and nerves as he took his place with Lily and Benny. The first few contestants jumped one by one, splashing high and making impressive waves. Freddy felt a bit shaky but reminded himself of Mr. Turtledove's words. It was time. When it was finally Freddy's the Frog turn, he hopped to the center of the pond. "Here I go!" he shouted, and his friends began to play their makeshift instruments. Lily sang a lovely tune, and Benny kept the rhythm with his claps. Freddy crouched down, listening to the music, and with a deep breath, he leaped into the air. As he soared, he twisted and turned, dancing to the beat of the song. The frogs watching were mesmerized by Freddy's joyful performance. When Freddy landed, he made a splash that sent water flying everywhere. The crowd erupted in cheers. "Go, Freddy! You're amazing!" they shouted. Freddy beamed with happiness. He had found his unique style and shared it with everyone, and it felt wonderful. He continued to jump, moving in time with the music, enjoying every moment. After all the contestants had jumped, it was time for the judges to announce the winner. Freddy the Frog held his breath, surrounded by his friends. "I had so much fun today," he whispered. "I don't even care about winning anymore." The head judge, an elder frog named Grandfather Ribbit, cleared his throat. "Today we saw some fantastic jumps, but one performance truly stood out. It was filled with joy, creativity, and a unique style. The winner of this year's pond jumping contest is Freddy the Frog. The crowd erupted into applause, and Freddy couldn't believe his ears. He jumped with excitement, splashing in the water and grinning from ear to ear. Thank you, thank you, Freddy called out, waving his little arms. But I couldn't have done it without my friends. They helped me find my special style. Lily and Benny joined him, their faces glowing with pride. You were incredible, Freddy. We knew you could do it, they cheered. From that day on, Freddy the Frog was known as the fantastic jumping frog of the pond. But more importantly, he learned that it was okay to be different, and that friendship and teamwork made every leap even more special. As the sun set over the pond, casting a golden glow, Freddy and his friends celebrated together, dancing and jumping to the beat of their joyful hearts. Freddy realized that while winning was fun, the greatest reward was the love and laughter shared with those he cared about. And so, Freddy the Frog continued to jump, dance, and inspire all the creatures of the pond, reminding them that sometimes the magic of trying your best is the greatest leap of all.